Hello. Okay, so the next lesson, complete the addition or subtraction sentences. Fill in the missing number 0.2 plus what number equals 0.5. Basically, 0.5 is the sum of 0.2 and the missing number. We need to find that missing number. So how to find? We need to subtract the given number. Sum is 0.5. We need to do 0.2 minus 0.5 minus 0.2. That equals 0.3. Let's just start with the test questions. Okay, fill missing number 0.1 plus the missing number equals 0. So we need to find the missing number. We need to subtract the given number out of the sum. 0.2 is the sum. We need to do 0.2 minus 0.1. 2 minus 1 is 1. That is 0.1. 2 is the correct option. That is 0.1. Fill in the missing number 0.8 plus the sum equals 0.8 plus the sum equals 1.2. So we need to find the missing number. So 1.2 minus 0.8. Let's just subtract. Here we have 0. We need to borrow 1. 12 take away 8 is 4. That is 0.4. Option number 1 is the correct option. That is 0.4. Option number 1 is the correct option. That is 0.4. Fill in the missing number. The missing number take away 0.3 equals 0.3. So which is the missing number? So 0.3 plus 0.3. So that is 0.6. Option number 2 is the correct option. 0.6 take away 0.3 equals 0.3. Option number 1 is the correct option. 2 is the correct. Fill in the missing number. 8.2 take away missing number equals 1.5. So we need find the missing number, right? So 8, we always subtract a smaller number. So here in this question, we are given the greater number. The greater number is 8.2. Subtract the difference from the greater number. You can find the other number because so we need to borrow 1 because we cannot subtract 2 out of 5. So 12 take away 5 is 7 and 7 take away 6. That is 6.7. The correct option is 6.7. Option number 1 is the correct option. So that means the missing number that is added to say 8.2 is that from 8.2 is 6.7. Fill in the missing number. So the missing number plus 0.2 equals 1.1. So we are given two of the numbers. We need to subtract 0.2 1.1. We have 0 and borrow 1 here. 11 take away 2 is 9. That is 0.9. Option number 2 is the correct option. Option number 2 is the correct option. Okay, you can complete the lesson by yourself later today. Let me just move on to next lesson. And the next lesson is, let's just move on to next lesson. The next lesson is inequalities with decimal addition or subtraction. Which sign makes the statement true? 0.6 take away 0.1. You need to compare it to 0.4. So we need to compare these things, right? First thing you need to do is 0.6 take away 0.1, that is 0.5. So you need to compare 0.5 is, now you have to compare 0.5 and 0.4. So 0.5 is greater than 0.4. Let's just start with the test questions. Which sign makes the statement true? 0.6 minus 0.1 is 0.5. 0.5 you need to compare. 0.5 is greater than 0.4. Option number 1 is the correct option. Greater it is. Which sign makes the statement true? 8.1 you need to compare it to 5.5 and 0.9. 5.5 and 0.9. 9 plus 5 is 14. 4 carry 1. That is 6.4. So now we have to compare 8.1 and 4. 8.1 is greater than 6.4. 8. 1 is greater than 0.1. Option number 1 is the correct option. Which sign makes the statement true? 0.2. You need to compare it to 0.7 minus. So we have 0.7 minus 0.6. So 0.2 is less than 0.6. Option number 2 is the correct option. Less it is. Option number 2 is the correct option. Which sign makes the statement true? 0.3. 0.2 minus 0.1 is 0.1. So z is greater than 0.1, greater it is. Option number 1 is the correct option, that is greater. Which sign makes the statement true? 5.3. Let's just add 5.1 plus 0.5. 5, that is 5.6. 5.3 and 5.6, we need to compare them. That is 5.3 is less than 5.6. Less it is, option 2 is the correct option. Okay, you can complete the lesson by yourself later today. Let me just move on to next lesson. The next one is estimate sums and differences of decimals. Okay, let's just start with the test questions. Estimate the sum by rounding each number to the nearest whole number and then adding. So we need to round 5.1 and 5.1, right? 5.1 is rounded to 5 and another 5.1 is around 5. So 5 plus 5 makes, that is 5 plus 5 is 10. Option number 2 is the correct option. Estimate the sum by rounding each number to the nearest whole number and then adding 4.446 plus 3.397. So 4.44 is rounded to 4 because the digit right after the decimal is less than 5, right? So in round of the same whole number. Same way, 3.3 is rounded to 3 is 7. The correct option is 7. Option number 2 is the correct option. 7 it is. Estimate the sum by rounding each number to the nearest whole number and then adding 6.02 and 9.69. So 6.02 is rounded to 6 and 9.69 is rounded to 10. So 10, 16 it is. The correct option is 16. Option number 2 is the correct option. Estimate the difference by rounding each number to the nearest whole number and then subtract. 9.4 take away 4.8. So 9.4 is rounded to 9 and 4.8 is rounded to 5. So we have 9 minus 5. 9 minus 5 is 4. That is 4. Option number 1 is the correct option. 8.727 plus 3.376. So 8.7 is rounded to 9. 0.3 is rounded to 3. So 9 plus 3 makes that is 9, 10, 11, 12. Option number 1 is the correct option. 12 it is. 6.8 minus 2.1. 6.8 is rounded to 7 and 2.1 is rounded to 2. So 7 minus 2 is 5. Option number 2 is the correct option. Okay, you can complete the lesson by yourself later today. So we were working on grade 5 math. The chapter we were working on is add and subtract decimals. The lessons we have covered today are Choose decimals with a particular sum or differences. Complete the addition and subtraction sentences. Inequalities with decimals, addition and subtractions, estimate sums and differences of decimals. So please make sure before the next session you can complete all the practice questions for the lessons we just did. That is your homework until next session. So if you need more help with any of the lessons, you can simply click on the live chat button. Tutors are available there to help you, or either you can all your questions and confusions if you have it. So you can please write them down in the chat box. I'm here to answer all. No questions?